What it do, good people. Back at it. What is it, episode 13?
Is
I
it?
have no idea.
2025, I believe it's
Like
episode
it's
13. Planes dropping out the sky, DEI is out of the window, and Trump is disrespecting world leaders.
Huh.
We
It's
heading into war.
embarrassing.
China
Embarrassing.
said, China said, you don't give a fuck if you want tariffs war, physical war, the Cold War, the warm war, the hot war, China in six. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the Ukraine stuff.
Oh man.
I've been following that since 2013.
Right. It's janky though. We some janky mofos. Donald Trump a janky mofo, but as us being part of the United States, we some janky mofos, man. But anywho, before we get into all that, how was y'all week? How's y'all past week been?
Good.
Stressful for me. Stressful.
Reddy came out. Reddy came out to Phoenix. Her and her homegirls went to the strip club for a birthday.
We
Some girl
did.
had the Banshee botch. She was shaking that fecal matter all in their face too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
The
that.
Yankee baby. Shaking that fecal matter all in their face.
My homegirl got a lap
That's
dance from
crazy.
strippers, and she said she wasn't smelling right.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I haven't had that experience, but that's got to be
that's
horrible.
wild. Yeah, I forgot about that. That definitely happened.
I
Yeah.
just gave her
That's how
all the
you
money
get
and
punched in
told
the
her,
back
just
of the
here, go
head.
ahead. What you say?
So that's how you get punched in the back of the head.
Now they gave her all the money. It's like, it's all good, it's good, it's good. But one of the homegirls told her, you need to go freshen up in the back. It's not, your botch ain't right. Told her she had crotch rot.
Mm.
Crotch rot. But
I'm glad I didn't experience any of it, but yeah.
imagine all that fecal matter that was shaking in y'all face.
Other than that, we had a great time. It was cool. I like that club. I didn't know Arizona was turned like that. I was telling them, I was like, this club kind of lit for Arizona.
That's
I thought it
only
was
the nightclub. That's only Jags. It's way more to do. Way more places to go. I be telling folks, I've been here 11 years. It's the reason. It's the reason I can handle it being from Dago.
right.
Nightlife definitely
It was
better.
it was better than the one we went to. It might have been a better night, but it was lit. I was
Nah,
like,
because that wasn't even a lit night for Jags. That was decent.
wow,
That was okay.
that wasn't a lit night then. Yeah, that club
That's
was lit.
okay. I didn't have way more epic nights in there. To my epic.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Even as a former dancer, I was looking at it as the girl, like from their point of view, like they make money in there. Just the way they have it, they have like maybe like 6 stages. So there's always a girl on stage. There's always entertainment. A lot of clubs they do the girls one by one. So if the guys don't like that particular girl, they get bored. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now that club has 6 girls on a stage at a time. So it's just,
Then we had the cabanas in the back behind the stage.
yeah, we had like a little booth, yeah.
In the front side, they got VIP where all the mirrors is at.
And they have a full menu, like
A full menu.
not
They
just
like the food
wing
any good?
fries. They have like a full menu, carne asada, fucking fruit salads, regular salads. Like they had a
Nachos.
front and a back menu.
Remember your homegirl was like, I'm gonna take the fruit salad. She was like,
my homegirl got
this fruit on the
salad.
menu? And she was like, ain't nobody ever order fruit.
Yeah, she did say that. Yeah, it was lit. I had a great time. I had a great time in Arizona.
You ain't even been to the club. Y'all didn't even go to no clubs. The hookah lounge. Hey, our hookah lounge shut that Misty and whatever shit.
Mina.
Mina. I mean, it's okay.
I gotta come
But
back. We
ours
went to
feel way
Papados.
Just don't go in the summer, baby.
I didn't even know. I
Too hot.
believe it. I didn't even know they had a Papados on the West Coast. That's like a southern, restaurant. And
listen,
Papados.
Arizona got all the fine dining that you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
I could be going to all the steakhouses.
I like Arizona. I was like, okay, wait a minute.
There's a gym and cheaper rent.
Definitely is. Definitely is.
Come
I was
out
pleasantly surprised.
to my backyard and play.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was gonna be that
I
nice.
used to frequent Arizona back in the day.
When Princess was here, huh?
No, not really, because she was in Tucson, but Tech and Preachy out there. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I would go out there all the time.
Yeah, it's lit. It was cool. What y'all getting to though?
This past weekend?
Past week, weekend. What's good? You say you stressed out. What you stressed out about? And then your sneaky link?
No, I'm being affected by orange face.
Um,
My job is currently being affected by it, and every day it's something new, different directives that's coming. It's to the point where I'm literally stressed out. Like,
oh, because the military.
yeah, yeah. Like he stopped like all the executive orders he signed, like they stopped travel. We had like a conference, like a mandatory conference that we go to or competition that we go to every year. And then we have conferences like that my teams work hard to go to and they cut off the travel so they don't get to experience that. We have to do that stupid ass 5 bullets. What did you do? Like Elon Musk is not even like, who are you? Like my boss don't even check for me. And you don't even like,
What do you mean 5 bullets?
you ever heard of like on social media? It's like going crazy. So
Come
people
on,
are
Elon
actually
Musk. He sent that email out to everybody, and you guys got to email him back why you deserve to have your job in the
basically
military
five
or the government.
achievements that you did the prior week, and it's supposed to be quantitative.
Oh,
And
what?
every single employee. And at first we were exempt. As of Friday, we were exempt. We came to work on Monday. Oh no, now y'all got to do it too.
Oh,
And if you don't do it, that's basically you're putting your resignation because you're just like, I didn't do shit, basically.
So they're gonna read through all millions and millions of those.
Exactly. And this is weekly. You gotta do the shit weekly.
Every week you have to put
Every
in
week.
why you should keep your job.
5 achievements that you did, quantitative achievements that you did the prior week.
Oh, snap.
Like
that is
every
crazy.
government employee.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's literally a waste of time. Like literally, who is going to read that? And then because they put it on, like there's other people that's not government employees, because it's, you know, it's like a regular like email address. And then so people are like that not government employees are like, oh, we're gonna flood it. So it's like people are like, oh, I picked my nose today, like I took a shit, like, you know, like stupid stuff. But I just
it's
so irritating. But my biggest thing is the travel, the cut off of the travel, they cut off all the government credit cards, so we can't go shopping. You know how I'm always like, oh, we going to Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, nothing. And we have events this month. So there's an email that was like, oh, basically cancel all March events and possibly April. But April is month of the military child. So we have that overnight thing, you know, that I do every year. So it's like, this is like our busy season for the teen program.
You know why they got to save all that money, right?
You
know why they got to save all that money, right?
Why?
Elon Musk got that $500 million deal going with the government.
I mean, well, they're giving out stuff to veterans. I know my homeboy.
They're getting rich.
Well, as far as pensions, because my homeboy, like, he's been fighting for years to get his pension. Like, you know, it's like basically like workers' comp. And last night, it automatically just went through. He hit me up like, my shit went through. I was like,
but
damn.
People been getting that. People been fighting and getting over. I'm talking about Elon Musk got that $500 million contract for Tesla and making like armored vehicles or something like that for the military. They got to save. They're trying to cut back and save all that money. He going into all the government. You see, he fired all them IRS people, all kind of shit. People come to work.
They fired. What was it? Was it 80,000 VA employees today? 80,000 for the VA.
That's crazy. 80,000 is a lot of that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
But uncertainty.
But what are they to do? Where are they gonna go?
Girl,
you gotta go find another job.
Hey, listen. All these pro-Americans, pro-Trumpers, you're getting what you asked for. Nigga like me, hey, my job ain't got nothing to do with the military or military stability. I don't work in military housing. I don't work for government. People still got to pay rent. And guess who got to collect it? Me. I collect the rent. I'm the rent collector. I'm the eviction man. So, ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all pay y'all bills. Y'all Trumpers.
But I guess it could trickle down somehow.
Not to me.
If they start cutting off city funding, there go my job.
Well, see? Y'all niggas should have voted the other way.
Who are you talking about, y'all?
The people. Not just you. I'm talking about you.
Oh, I was like, first of all, definitely shouldn't vote for.
But all the blacks for Trump, I try to tell y'all. Look, Kamala Harris, y'all might not liked her, and I wasn't rid of all that extra stuff that they was doing and identifying. I don't know,
man. I kind of think Kamala Harris was a distraction, man. Everybody knew Trump was gonna win. Everybody knew,
He
even the
only won
Democrats.
because they didn't have nobody else. They didn't have nobody with.
Kamala Harris knew he was gonna win. She
Mm,
might have been a distraction. I
listen,
don't know.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but what I will say is this: the Democrats didn't produce anything better than Hillary Clinton the first time, and Trump got her ass.
Lock
People
her
not
up.
the people not behind Hillary Clinton, right? Then you let Sleepy Joe hold on to the presidential card all that time. Then you gave her 2, 3 months to run and campaign, and then she told y'all the truth. She told y'all what was this shit called? This project, whatever, 2025.
Project
She told you
25.
what was in there and what he was gonna do. He's doing everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at how he disrespected the Ukrainian president. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
crazy
so let's
work.
talk about that though, because
Talk about
listen,
it.
I've been following that situation since 2013. I don't know if you guys knew, but there's a part of Eastern Ukraine which is a Russian speaking it's called Donetsk, I believe. And back in 2013, so I don't know if you guys also know Ukraine has a lot of racist people there too. And they don't, and a lot of Russians are not just white people. A lot of Russians can be Asian, they can be a mixture of all those Slavic type of people, right?
Russia
And they
is
were,
in Asia.
huh?
Russia is in Asia.
Yeah, so they were killing a lot of Russian people, and it's documented. It was a war against uh basically the Eastern Ukrainians, which was basically Russian. So that's one part to all of this madness that's going on in Ukraine. Now, for Zelensky to come show up to the United States and keep demanding money and money and money, what's next? Soldiers? So I don't care if Trump came at him like that because it's like we're using our tax money to fund a bullshit ass war that he's never going to win. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they might as well go ahead and sit down and figure out which land to go ahead and give away because they can't fight and defend that land anymore without our funding.
So let's rewind it back. Let's take it back to 96. Pick up six. Nah, not that far. So listen, that's why we janky. So I'm gonna put you up on really gonna educate you on it. United States told Ukraine them not to have nuclear have access to nukes and we'll defend you. Right? United States made a deal with Russia when they were the USSR that they weren't gonna try to put any bases and do NATO and all that shit with Ukraine. United States decides they want to try to get Ukraine to be a part of NATO so they can put a military base in Russia's backyard. That's where the invasion, all that shit really comes from. So Russia reached out to the United States and says, hey, we had a deal. You know what the United States said? They pulled up the fine print. They said, no, we had a deal with the USSR. You're now the Soviet Union. Ain't no deal. This is where the war and everything comes behind. We want that base in Russia's backyard. We are using the Ukrainian people to die and fight a war that we want fought so that we can do what we want to do. So while we funding this war, so we don't have to use our own people and we don't have to take a direct blame, we are supposed to be giving him these guns and the money and everything, right? And his people are dying for it. So now that Biden's out of office and Trump is in office, now you're talking to him, telling him you don't hold on any cards. You come in here. First of all, Vance shouldn't even been talking. He's standing over there on the side. He's over
he
there
said
standing on the side with the goddamn reporters. He's so disrespectful. Shut
he
your
said
monkey ass
I was
up.
there. I was on Google
Right.
Maps.
Why
Let's
do he
do it
have on a
on
suit?
map.
Why does he
Motherfucker
have on
said,
a
"You ever
suit?
been to you?" He said, "You ever been to Ukraine?" He said, "No, I seen it on
I
TV.
seen
I'm
the
on Google
reports. I
Maps.
seen the
I seen the
reports.
report." Like you sound like a goofy, right? So you got this goofy ass white dude talking crazy from the sideline. He's an assistant pimp. Shut your monkey ass
Wait,
up and hand
But
that nigga
you
his
guys
35.
you guys gotta remember, this is the old America we once had back in the 90s, the
There you
80s, the
go.
70s. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what they fought for. This is what's gonna change the trajectory of where we're gonna go in the world right now. What we had with Joe Biden was soft. We was getting kicked in the nuts all the time. Biden fell asleep and fell down. Like
But
we were looked at as clowns. But
we never got kicked in the nuts. I don't think we was ever soft because ain't nobody
nah,
invaded us or did nothing. What terrorist attack happened during Joe Biden? What who got us? What they do?
I mean it's kind of hard to attack a country like America. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so we weren't soft. So what? Back to what I was
So no,
saying.
no. So what? The soft part was how we left Afghanistan. That's the soft part. We should have never did that. Left all that equipment out there too for the Taliban. No, Judge George Bush told us one thing. He not to say that I'm trying to quote like he's intelligent or anything, but we don't negotiate with terrorists. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what we did.
This shit. You think they didn't listen? You think they didn't take all the military important intelligence out of that shit, lead the shell? They just
I'm
left us
not
there.
talking about that. I'm talking about the usually the United States military takes their heavy equipments like jets or helicopters and tanks and armored vehicles, but we left a lot of that shit there.
So you got to think from the business side. They didn't need it. What we didn't. They didn't run us out of there. We left on our own accord. We
No,
left
we
this
got
shit
kicked the
because
fuck.
we didn't
Hey,
want
we
to take it.
Chauncey, we got kicked out, bro.
We
We
didn't
had a
get kicked
deadline.
out.
We had a deadline. I watched the documentaries. Like we had to get out by a certain time, or else,
Or else what? Who got the bigger military? Us or them? What they gonna do to us that they ain't been able to
bro.
do?
We was there getting our ass kicked the
Listen,
whole
listen.
20 something
No, we
years.
not. Listen, we've been there 20 some years. Our casualties is minute compared to theirs. Listen, if we was getting our ass kicked so bad, then why was more people dying in Chicago every year than people in Afghanistan? You forget that quote and
I'm
that
not
famous
talking
number?
about what we have going on civically, or I mean,
Not that's not what I'm
nation
saying. I'm
nationally.
saying this
We
can't
lost
get
the
worse.
war the same way we lost Vietnam,
We
bro.
did not. Listen, we went over there for a specific reason. We didn't go over there for the weapons of
What we
mass
go there
destruction.
for? What we go there
But
for?
still, and after
What we
we
what we steal? What we steal?
oil.
That's bullshit. Because really, is we was really there for the damn lithium, and we couldn't beat the Taliban to take the lithium. The lithium's all in the hills. It's all in the mountains. We had to fight in the mountains, and we couldn't
Listen,
win in the mountains. We
listen.
beat the cities. Yeah, we was in the different cities and stuff. But when you
If you
fight
think
in
them
their
people,
people's terrain,
think
it's a
about
different
this.
story.
If you think that it was just a coincidence that we finally caught up to Osama bin Laden once Joe Biden was going for second election,
Shit, that man
crazy.
wasn't even from Afghanistan.
Yeah, but listen, if you think it was a coincidence that we finally caught up to him while Obama's going for his second election, you're crazy. If you think it was just a coincidence that we found Saddam Hussein in a hole in the ground somewhere, it wasn't no coincidence. We got satellites watching all kinds of shit, everything. None of everything, all this shit is planned out, brother. You looking at this shit from a different perspective. But like I said, if more people could die civically in a street war in Chicago than people dying in the military, they ain't beating us on nothing. We just been there long enough. We got what we needed, and we got the fuck on. And you know
We
what?
wasted a lot of American lives and a lot of money. That's what I'm telling you. We didn't win. We didn't. We
But
didn't. We
who?
don't.
But
I would
listen,
say when you go in and you take over a land, you won.
you still have to listen. We're not trying to take over the land. We implemented some stuff, and look, you got to think about this. You're still not even looking at the whole perspective. All the destruction that we did in Bush and them, they're you got to look it up. Their construction companies and shit got these big contracts to go back into Iraq and Afghanistan and rebuild shit, do all this shit. The American people that were the American rich people that's at the top, they got paid. The government, they got paid. All that money they found Saddam Hussein with, you think they turned in all that money that they found him with? The government janky. They do all kinds of shit. They got all kinds of money. They don't want to regulate crypto, but you know what? You know how much crypto that they seize from these scammers? And what do they do? Like anything else. Now they just like drugs, right? They confiscate the drugs and put it back on the street and sell it, right? And then arrest the drug dealers and take the money and they go buy dope with the money that they sell and they keep it all. But they putting it back out there and the government is making money. Just like the crypto. Don't you know they doing auctions and shit on people's crypto wallet for Bitcoin? And the government got like billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And they're auctioning it off. So when they auction it, who you think getting that money? The government get to keep that money. They janky. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. But going back to Ukraine, we put them out there and had them fighting our war. We funded it, so we didn't have to use American lives. And now that Biden is in, I mean not Biden, now that Trump is in, and he don't give a fuck about having a base over there, and he's best friends with Putin. With Putin, he like, man, fuck all this shit. We're gonna stop this shit, and we ain't lending no more money and all this shit because he's not military minded and he's not listening to his military generals. The United States was funded off of generals. People that came from military, that went through it, that was in the struggle, that was in the grit, 3, 4, 5 star generals that served the country and was real liberals, people that really put this shit on their back and know what it like to be out there in the field. Now you got fake politicians, businessmen that's only caring about money and getting their other friends rich and just raping the people. That's not how this shit was founded. And that's why he's doing that to Ukraine and making them look stupid and talking about, oh, you not wearing a suit. He already vowed, I'm not wearing a suit till this shit is over. It's just grimy right now. I'm in the field grinding with my people. So he don't wear suits. He said, what, you want me to come in and wear a clown suit? He said, I'll wear a clown suit when this shit is over. Because that's all it is. You think it make you high and mighty? Are you any better with that suit on than with this track suit I'm wearing? You not no better. It don't make you no smarter. You think you oh you because you high and mighty sitting in here with Congress and all this shit and acting like you something like you above shit. You know you not no smarter because you wear a suit. That's a figment of imagination that people put out there to make you think like remember they didn't want to give you a job if you had hair on your head, right? You got dreads, you got all this shit because you don't look presentable. Did that make a motherfucker without dreads any smarter than you? No. This is just shit that people implement just because they got imaginations. Back in the days, everybody, if you wasn't wearing a wig in the military and you was a general and shit, wasn't wearing them stupid ass white wigs and shit, you wasn't respected. Nigga, the niggas took them wigs off and they was just still as smart or just as dumb.
But yeah, nah. But back to Zelensky and Ukraine and Russia. Like y'all, they gotta stop fucking with Putin. You can't have NATO surrounding Russia. Like we got NATO all over
You could
Russia
have
because
had them surrounded Russia.
huh?
You could have had them surrounded Russia.
Yeah, well, we have enough of NATO over there, right? So it's like just imagine if Russia had their team of people of armies throughout the rest of the world surrounding us. Wouldn't we feel a type of way about that? You know what I'm saying?
But
Wouldn't
that's why
the
we
people
do so that they can't.
right, but so that's a double-edged sword, right? So we just got to be careful out here. Just
I'm just saying,
leave
we disarm
Ukraine.
them. We disarm them from nukes, and we said we're gonna defend you. We tell you to start a war and join NATO and start a war with Ukraine with Russia, and we're gonna defend you. We're gonna train you. We're gonna give you our weapons, and we're gonna give you money, and we're gonna help you fight them niggas off so that we can have a base there. And then all of a sudden, we turn around and treat him and spit in his
Hey,
face.
give me a second.
Mm-hmm. Give it a second. You gotta keep your eyes open.
Is that beef jerky?
You fucking that shit up.
It's that Costco steak strip. What's up, young lady? What's happening? You got all that hair, girl.
Hmm? What you
I can't hear her. She's not talking. She didn't mind.
say? All right.
Oh. He out there, he over there eating that box.
You,
Auntie.
you know they can hear you, right?
That nigga took a cooch break.
All right, back. So, long story short, let me catch my breath.
What I tell you?
Woo! All right. What we talking about?
Nigga had to go get a taste.
What you talking about?
He said you took a coochie break.
You I got anything here?
The
On
snatch
my nose,
diggler.
I get nose deep when I do that. You know.
The snatch diggler.
Yeah. Woo. So yeah, no, yeah.
Nigga
You
put
know,
Afro-God
I
on him.
don't like the way
Nose going
Trump and
booty.
then was talking to Zelensky, but at the same time, maybe it was probably a different way to handle that for sure. But
They tried to talk to him
sometimes you got to lay
like he
your
was
balls on the
beneath them.
table, man.
But they tried to talk to him like he was beneath them. And he didn't come and ask for more money and
Well,
stuff.
he's an actor, he's not really out there in the field. He's an actor. He's an actor that turned president. I feel like he was placed in that predicament, by our government, but that's another story. That's a conspiracy, but
But if
he's an
anything, he's
actor.
not stupid. You can't talk to people like they beneath you. That's crazy. That's another world leader, however it is. You can't talk to them like they beneath you. You ain't Donald Trump ain't no more qualified to be no president than JD Vance, and Zelensky. That shit
Vance,
crazy. And
he act like he played volleyball growing up.
all he's saying is, all Zelensky was saying was, look, y'all want to have a ceasefire, I'm with it, but if y'all gonna hold Russia to it. He said we had a ceasefire before, and what did they do? They broke the rules and did it anyway. Ukraine had a nuclear program. They took the nuclear. They had the United States took their nuclear program away. We'll take care of shit. Don't mess with nukes. Now look at them. They don't have a
I don't
nuclear
believe
power.
Ukraine and I don't believe Russia. Both of them motherfuckers is the same. They cousins. They the same damn people, and they pointing the finger at each other. I
Yep.
think
And one
I
of them
think
is
we
an
need to back
ally, and
out of
one of
that
them ain't.
shit. We need to back out of that shit. Save our money for our homeless here in the United States and programs for mental health. That's what we need to do with that damn
Okay.
money.
Do you think that's ever gonna happen?
I'm just saying, like I'm just saying that's what we need to do.
If Ukraine paid back every dollar in one whole payment that we ever gave them, do you think that money's gonna go to what you just recommended?
No.
Okay.
We
So
don't need to
stop it.
keep pouring money into that war, is what I'm telling you. And we're not.
Why
It's gonna
did but
stop.
the whole point is why did we? That was the purpose. We starting just like you said about Afghanistan. We starting some shit once again that we don't want to fall through it. And the reason why we're not falling through is because we got two idiots in office, and neither one of them military qualified to be no commander in chief. Don't have no real political experience, and don't have no real military experience to be running a United States government and military. Period. That's how it goes. And the man, like he said, I'm with a ceasefire. You gonna hold them to their ceasefire. Since you gonna ain't gonna don't want to back us somewhere, are you going to hold them to it? Because you let them do what they wanted to do anyway last time. And we complied. We're supposed to be your ally. You're not looking out for your ally. You're taking the back more so of the enemy of both of ours. If he's supposed to be an enemy of both of ours, aren't we supposed to be friends? And ain't friends supposed to look out for each other? That's all he's saying. But
Yeah, we
anyway,
just got to be careful what we're doing
we
with
gotta
these.
be really careful.
Yeah, because it can be tricky. It can get tricky.
Like these
But I
broads.
tell you one thing. Poland, the Polish. I mean, they got them. That country alone could take over funding Ukraine and fighting with Ukraine and end up still winning the war. Because Poland, they some bad motherfuckers out there. But that's another conversation too. A lot of those countries out there, a lot of those European countries, they've been at war since day one, so they know war. You know what
The
I'm
world
saying?
been at war since day one.
Huh?
The world been at war since day one.
All of them European countries.
He said the world has.
Yeah, but Europeans is a different story when it comes to war, brother. These people, what did they say on that one movie? A winter in Africa ain't got nothing on a winter in Europe. You know, they be fighting each other. They brothers, they sisters, just for just to survive. And then meanwhile in Africa, we sharing everything, sharing the wealth. You know, the Sahara Desert never was used to be green. You know what I'm saying, with trees and grass and all of that. So
What happened to it?
it just climate change, man. You know what these Republicans be what do they call it? Democrats be saying? Climate change, you know what I mean?
So what was it called before it
The
was a desert?
chemtrails. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But yeah, nah, yeah, man. I think we should just stay out of that and just leave it alone. We tried. It didn't work under the Biden administration. We spent a lot of money and there's really no progress.
So we should have went out there with them and told their ass up and called it a day. But we tried to be slick about it, and Russia ain't went back down. But anywho, pink hat, black hair, curly head. What's going on? Roll your eyes at me. Vanessa stressed out because she got ghosted.
No, I didn't.
Got ghosted. The money getting short because of Trump. Now she got ghosted.
That is actually stressful.
Y'all be ghosting brothers.
Yeah, we do the ghosting. No, I'm just playing.
Niggas do the ghosting. Niggas do the ghosting too.
No, for real, they do. We all just need to stop ghosting and
I
shit. It is not Halloween.
I don't really ghost nobody. If they get to making shit too complicated, and you know, matter of fact, bitch don't even hit me a couple days. I just fuck up. You take if I hit you, you take a whole day or two to hit me back and do that a couple times. Oh, I evidently I ain't important. You didn't care to talk to me.
I think I know some people say that ghosting is a form of self-care, but I think we just need to stop. I feel like, I mean, to a certain extent, yes, it's case by case scenario, but for the most part, like, especially like if you're in the dating stages and you feel like um, we're not clicking, we're not connecting, there's no chemistry, I feel like it would be nice to let them know that instead of just like, especially if y'all was like hitting it off, or at least it seemed like y'all were, and all of a sudden you just went ghost. And it wasn't because, some life or death situation happened. Like, I feel like we should be having those type of conversations as opposed to just letting it go, because we need to help each other as men, as women, as women, as men, and let it be known like, hey, this is why I'm not really dealing with you no more. It is what it is. I mean, don't say that. You know what I mean? But just have these open conversations, because I feel like a lot of men tend to, if they get ghosted, they seem to project on the next woman, and it's just this endless cycle of toxicity because they're used to getting, and this goes for men and women obviously. They're just used to having situations where they don't know what they did wrong, and a lot of times most people are just not self-aware. People don't call them out on their bullshit. So they're stuck like, well, what the fuck did I do wrong? And then they continue to do it and no one's telling them. And then when you get that one person that tells them, they might feel some type of way, but for the most part, they might appreciate it because they're like, damn, I didn't even know it was like that. Especially at our big age, I feel like we should have communications. We should communicate with one another.
Oh,
Communication and accountability, right?
you know something?
Absolutely.
A friend, I was talking about this with a friend of mine, right? And he was like, black girls, when black women all that stuff, they'll ghost you. He said, white girls are a little different. White people are different. They will leave some understanding, let you know what's going on. They're not just gonna leave you hanging. I'm gonna say,
So I got a story.
I can understand that.
Story time.
I got a story. So here we go. First white girl I dated.
Mm-hmm.
Went pretty cool. Everything was all right. Weird for me because that's not my cup of tea at times, right? But I just decided, I'm gonna try something different, right? So couple of nights, I guess I wasn't responding fast enough, right? I'm a busy dude. And
Okay, busy guy.
one day she just, I used to get like good morning and good nights and have a, did you eat, stuff like that. And then one time it didn't happen. And then I was like, okay. Then I hit her up and I got like a little plain basic ass response. And I'm like, all right, let me just fall back for a sec. Boom, she was gone. I went on my Instagram. She unfriended me. And so I reached out to her. She's like, you know what? And it was crazy is she's a therapist, right?
Mm.
So I was like, what happened? Why did you unfriend me? And why are we not communicating
Yeah,
anymore?
that's crazy.
She's like, you know what, Rashad? That's my fault. But I don't think we're a good match right now because of your busy life. And you have kids and I don't have kids, and I'm not gonna be a priority. And I'm like, well, yeah, you definitely wasn't going, especially if you listen to a man on what he got going on in his life and you still decide to go date with him, like that's on you. That ain't on me. So, but that was my only ghosting situation, and I just thought that was kind of whack.
But that
So
was from a white girl. But at least, but she gave you some understanding when you reached out to her.
well, I had to go dig for that.
But you basically was telling us that you was taking all day to respond to her. And she was like really on you,
No, no,
and
no. I just wasn't responding fast enough.
right. So probably all day to respond to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They like, damn, nigga, it don't take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to hit back. And you said she was hitting you in the mornings with good morning and good nights. You got
Did you
accustomed to that.
eat?
You got accustomed to that real quick, and then she wasn't getting it reciprocated, so she just said, "All right." I wouldn't say that's a ghosting situation.
I
I
was
would
gonna
say
say if that's ghosting, then I'm a super ghoster.
right. I wouldn't say that's
I'm
ghosting.
way worse than that.
I honestly, you know, if I'm doing that to a chick and I'm good,
I would say
with her,
when you decide to like unfriend and then just drop communication with someone and without an explanation, that's ghosting, bro.
uh,
Explain why we ain't gonna be talking no more. That's fine. Let's communicate and let's be accountable to what's going on here.
not to
But
and not to defend anybody because it's the Libra in me always wants to see both sides. For me, if a chick ain't hitting back and I don't really got no interest in following her on social media and doing all that stuff, I'll probably unfollow her and everything too. Cause you just hitting back whatever you want to. And it's like, all right, cool. You know what? You're not showing me no interest. So you're showing me that you're not really interested. So let me just go ahead and unfollow you and you can just do your
well,
thing.
so my thing is, I like to learn because I'm not
You
always
know,
right,
you
and
know what ghost
I'm not perfect. So I like let me figure out what I did so it won't happen again. So
you
let me
know what
talk to this
ghosting,
person and figure it out.
you know what
That's
ghosting to
fair.
me is?
Hmm.
I'm hitting and you don't hit back. Then you don't hit I text you two, three times, you don't hit back. It's
Yeah.
tough. I mean, that's being ghosted, where you reaching out to somebody and they don't hit back at all. And you
Hmm.
be like, damn. Then you really like, damn, what the fuck I do? Me, I might think what the fuck I do for about 30 seconds and all right, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like remember, like, listen, man, I like what like me. And the crazy thing about it is chicks that be doing shit like that, fuck around, catch me on social media again later, like something, see me on a dating app, hit me up, try to match me again. It's like, well, shit, what happened to the first time? Like, bitches,
Hmm.
like, listen, I already be knowing women will spin the block. I don't be tripping. Even if they got a man, they got whatever, I just play the background. They will spin the block. Like, I'm damn there. I know it's a chick. I know it's a chick I met recent. And I know that she trying to, she got me like in her back pocket as if her dude don't act right. And it's just entertaining, right? And I be thinking about, it, I'm like, man, females will show like give a man some attention just to kind of keep it there at bay, but let you know I got a man, I'm being respectable, but you kind of know like, yeah, that nigga slip up one good time, like I'm in there like swimwear, it's yeeks. You feel me? Like that a chick like, but then again, I feel like it's me and I got such a cool personality. I'm kind of fun to where, chick be like, damn, like if I wouldn't have met old buddy, if I wouldn't be fucking with dude, like, what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
sometimes
I probably
just
fuck with
right
her.
guy, wrong time. That
Yeah.
happens to me a lot. Yeah, it's just not.
And it happens to me all the time where I'm right guy and it's always the wrong time. Maybe it's especially lady. It's like, damn, all this shit, everything the wrong time.
Yeah,
But
time to be out.
that's life, man. That's why, listen, man, y'all got 3.5 years. Listen, when I'm married with more children, by the time my daughter's 16, it's curtains for any relationships, any type of anything. I'm on my way out of America. America.
That's fair.
Y'all
That's
ain't got no action. I'm gonna be somewhere in another country, living it up. By my time my daughter's 18, I'm out of here. I'm east side.
Zelensky said, "You guys gonna find out." He said, "No, no, we're not gonna. We're gonna be fine." Sorry, I had to bring that back up.
Hey, listen, United States better stop acting like look. I'm with us on us being superior to other people. Like this country is superior in a way of I'm not saying
That
we're
shit
better.
was funny. I'm
We're not
sorry, y'all.
better
That
than
shit was funny to
anybody.
me.
I'm gonna say
That
we're
was
not
some.
better than anybody, but we don't have no military personnel leading us.
Zelensky was so pissed. You can see it in his face.
Yeah, because they was talking crazy to him. Yeah, I'll put on a clown suit. That's what you
He
want me
said,
to
"Hey, you didn't even say sorry. You came in here. You didn't say sorry, and we're gonna be fine."
Yeah, that shit was funny, dog. Yeah, that shit. These niggas, it was ghetto. It was really ghetto. That's how I
It
felt.
was a
I
white
felt
trash
this was
show.
really, yeah, it was really ghetto.
Yeah, it was
I was
some
like,
white
man, this
trash for
country. I'm
real.
like, look at these little kids up here in front of these news cameras, and why aren't you wearing a suit? You come in here, you sit in the White House, you ain't wearing a suit.
I said, "What are you, a GI Joe? What are you doing in here like this?"
Yeah, he's like, so you want me to put a clown suit that on that'll make you
I
feel better?
mean, but you got to think about it. Every world leader that comes to the White House puts a fucking suit on. Zelensky's the only motherfucker who didn't. So
Because
of
he's
course
at
that was gonna be a topic.
he made a vow and commitment to his people. He
Man, that nigga
goes
ain't
with you.
fighting.
But he with you.
It's
He
a
with the people.
psychological thing for his people. When they
Right.
meanwhile, there's teenagers and young men walking around getting kidnapped by the government, so they
But
get forced to fight.
this is the thing though. You can't have your leader out there fighting because if your leader go down, then who's gonna lead?
I'm not saying then he don't need to be wearing the outfit. Is what I'm saying. Like,
And
what is he doing?
he's standing, he's showing symbolism that he's standing with his people.
Not in the White House, buddy. America.
Mm, I see. Last thing I wanted to speak on was I was talking to the homie earlier, right? And it's just off subject, but on subject with the DEI stuff. But I told the homie, I said, man, you see how Trump is trying to eliminate Black history? And said he wanted to stop funding and shut down all the Tuskegee Airmen stuff and people stop learning it and shut down the museum and the military base and all that. And he was like, but how does it look, man, with kids and parents teaching their kids slavery and white people teaching their kids about other Black people being slaves, like they slaves, they was beneath you or whatever. I said, this is the thing about life. People only learn what you teach them. I said, racism is being taught to children because they got racist ass parents, and and they were kids of racist ass parents, and so on and so on. If white people was teaching their kids, look at these guys. They were once slave, and now they're the head of our sports, and they're all the these guys are they're good people and all that stuff. But they teach their kids that Black people, because white people's narrative is Black people commit all the crime in America. They're in prisons. They do the most murder and they do the most this and that, which is it's impossible based on the numbers for us to do that. But they base this country off of saying that they base their racist stuff off of shit that's not even facts, right? And they teach their kids that so that they grow up thinking that Black people commit all the crime in America and we're less than, right? So if they taught their kids like we were the people that were creating slaves and brought slaves over here, but we wised up and we realized that equality is a thing and we all that. If they taught their kids equality, then they would look at it different. And I told my homeboy the same thing as Black people, right? You slapping ass, nigga. The same thing I told I told my homie, I said, listen, man, Black people. I said, we always never forget where we came from, so we know where we're going. I said, I said, every country didn't have slavery. Why should we stop teaching it? Imagine if Egypt, if Africa, they had slaves. Imagine if Egypt stopped teaching the story of Moses and Exodus and the Hebrews being freed from Egypt. That's a major part of their history. Imagine if they shut down all the hieroglyphs and all the stuff that showed that about Egypt slaves and building the pyramids and all that stuff. The great shit that they did accomplish until where they at today. Why would we do that? Why would this country do that? We thrive. We were once slaves and now we're the face of their NBA, the face of their NFL, the face of their MLB, on TV, on the news, everything. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't agree with us not teaching slavery. We don't need to teach our kids that we're still slaves. We need to teach them that we were once slaves and now we've been the president of this whole country. You can thrive. You can come from nothing. Everyone has parents and they're like, yeah, this is where I'm from. I was in the hood. Or I told the homie, you was once in prison. You gonna tell your kids about you being in prison or not? You're gonna tell them about how you was in prison, but look what your dad got his life together. That ain't the place you want to be. And now look at you. Now look at us. Our family thrived. I did this and now I became a business owner. I made good money. I took good care of y'all. Like I learned from that situation so that you don't gotta go through it. Like that's what we doing. That's what we gotta teach them how we learn from it to get to where we're going. But yeah,
Preach.
Dr. Umar speaking tonight.
yeah. Dr. Umar P that. But listen, man, I don't want to hold y'all too long. Same bad time, same bad channel. It's always good to see my folks. Ray V with the breast cancer awareness hat on. Say the ninnies. Flashes so we can see. Say the ninnies.
Absolutely not.
Ain't shit. Ain't shit. We gotta get some flashers on here. All right, Vanessa, don't be down too much. He gonna call, he gonna text back. Don't worry about it. He gonna text back.
Nobody worried about nobody. Nobody's son.
He
Please
mad about
believe.
Orange Face.
He gonna text back too. Just write that 5 points. For your ass be out of a job. For you be in that unemployment line with the rest of the niggas.
He's gonna be like, Vanessa, I got a job for you. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be very beautiful.
It's with the
Beautiful like your
best
face.
people. I know the best people in the world. They all think I'm smart. I'm the smartest. I'm the smartest you'll ever know. All right. Well, Rashad, handle your duties over there. You know, I see you got it cracking. Oh, you about to film it tonight, huh? Y'all working on y'all OnlyFans? Put the kids in bed, get the
You hear
OnlyFans
what she
going.
said?
Uh-uh.
Say it again.
That's a good ass directional, Mike. And we couldn't hear nothing, but it's all
Oh,
good.
she said, yeah, be on the lookout for the link.
Yeah, buddy. Get it cracking, get it going.
Got it. $3.99 for 3 videos.
All right. But y'all be careful and y'all play nice so we don't be looking for you on San Diego Sheriff who's in jail.
Give Khalil here. Come here.
All right, brother. Signing off.
All right.
Peace
All right.
out. Bye, y'all.